Welcome to On the Fence, the show that's about helping you decide whether or not to spend your hard-earned money on the biggest and possibly best releases.
Oh, that was so loud. I just was not expecting you to get so enunciated this early.
This is what I do. I have to enunciate my words when I record. This is usual Hans. This is Bash Bros Hans.
Sweet.
That's the trick, Nick, is be 2 times yourself. I read that online.
Okay.
So be 2 times yourself.
Did you read that in that book Alex got us for Christmas one year? How to be a YouTuber book that he got us?
No, sure.
No, was that my book? Or was that the book he got me?
Nick.
Hans.
We are looking at Evil Genius 2 World Domination from Rebellion.
Yes.
Nick, what is this game?
So, I think it was like the early 2000s. There was a game called Evil Genius, which I know a friend of Bash Bros, Andy Salmon, loves. And it's kind of like in the vein of like games like Dungeon Keeper and games like Theme Hospital, where you're this person who is tasked with managing blank. And in this case, you are an evil genius kind of tasked with managing your secret base and preventing secret agents and spies coming in and stealing your secrets and disrupting your evil plans. So that
you compare this to Theme Hospital? Theme Hospital, a game where you save people, and Evil Genius where you destroy the world.
And I also said Dungeon Keeper. It's kind of like that. So that came out like early 2000s, and it was a really like big cult hit. And then years passed, no ever real talk of a sequel. And then I think it was last year, maybe the year before. Yeah, suddenly Evil Genius 2 was announced for some reason. And here we are, Evil Genius 2, Hans.
Yep. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
So what are you going to show us first, Nick?
So I'm going to put in the entirely new game just to kind of show off how the game starts in the sandbox mode, and then I'll jump into my save game of the, like, I can't remember, the general new game where it actually kind of gives you quests and objectives to kind of go complete rather than just play. So there are 4 evil geniuses to choose, and I think there is going to be more coming in the season pass that is available to purchase. And they all kind of have just different traits. So you got the Dr. Evil or Dr. No ripoff.
No, Dr. Evil, you're right the first time.
So like he can instantly complete people's trainings. He has like just a naturally bigger workforce. You've got Red Ivan here, who is a communist.
Why would you assume that?
He has a rocket launcher.
Just because he wears red? Yeah, that's pretty old school.
So he has a rocket launcher. His muscle minions do more damage, and like they're cheaper to kind of maintain. You've got Zalika, who is the scientific one and kind of can instantly repair stuff.
Why does she have an astronaut helmet when this is set on Earth?
Hans. They're all just tropes. They're all just...
A trope of what?
Like, I don't know, space.
Correct. Sure.
And then you got Emma, who I think she may have been a spy in the first game.
Oh, okay.
That like she's now evil genius.
Oh, she ex-spy master.
Yeah, like I don't know if that's just flavor text or if she was actually in the first game.
Okay.
So I'm playing as Red Ivan in my other game that I'll show off. So Hans, who do you want me to play as in this one? I like this chick because she has this spider chair, which seems kind of dope.
But what does the spider like? Is that just? Do you actually move your character in the game?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right, we'll go for Emma then.
All right. So there are, I believe, again, there are probably more of these coming as part of the season pass. This is your Lair. So I can't remember if they are all casinos. I think they're all So they're all casinos, but. Well, they're all the fronts are casinos, and then they're just kind of different designs and that. So,
okay,
like this one has the helipad in the middle, which is handy because it means that kind of your units can get to the helipad whenever they need to. This one's kind of split into 2. It's got all the different floors and shit. So let's go with I don't know. This one looks neat. I like this long corridor bit.
So do you unlock more? Maps, I suppose, as you go along, or
no? From what I can tell, no. Like what the geniuses in the maps that are there now, or what is there if you never buy the season pass, unless they decide to add in more for free.
Yeah.
But from what I can tell, no. Like what you have here is what you're getting.
Right.
Ooh, did I pre-order this? I must have pre-ordered this.
You get legendary loot like the Trojan horse.
Yep. Alright. Let's see if I remember how this game started. It's been a while since I've witnessed the start of a game.
It is a sandbox, so...
So as you can see, we are an evil genius. And there I am. Look at me.
All part of the plan.
Job patrolling the lair.
Yep. So, do I have all the floors locked already? No, I don't. Okay, that's fine. So, I'll pause the game because or else I will get overwhelmed. So you can see I have a frontier, which is just my casino. So this is kind of your main money-making bit.
Yep.
In addition to the world domination screen, which is in here, but we'll get to that in a bit because I need to unlock this technically. But kind of the first couple of things you want to do, obviously, is kind of build a place for your troops to sleep, build a vault to keep all your gold in, and like build research places and things like that. So let's
Your vaults are full.
Yes, I know. I don't even have a vault. Do I have a vault?
Maybe that's why it's saying it's full, because it's
maybe.
full of nothing.
Alright, let's build a vault first. So I want to extend out this corridor first. Let's just fucking extend this all the way across. And get the minions building that. So now on pause, the minions they work, yeah. So they're there, they'll go about doing their business.
Bum.
So vault. So kind of in a similar vein to like Theme Hospital, I'll select the type of room I want to build. Draw out what I want it to look like on here.
Yeah.
That's not a very big vault.
I was about to say, does a vault like tie into how much gold it will hold?
Yeah, so, and then then when you're building a room, you have, alright, these are the items that go in this room. So every room obviously needs a door, and then in terms of the vault, I need to put in stuff for the gold to sit in.
So I can't remember if a game before 2 Point Hospital did that, but I love that feature.
Yeah.
That when you build a room, right, here's all stuff it needs to be like the basics, So
you'll see then, now that I've paved out already, I want this corridor, and my minions will start fucking tearing shit up and getting into that.
Matter tools?
Yeah, essentially, like, they're just kind of blowing shit up. The other main thing you'll need, which is probably one of the most important things, is your power station. So you'll need to be able to... You'll have a generator. Like, you'll have multiple generators, and essentially you'll see down there... Let's go 10 by 12. Down here, you'll see, I have power. I'm using 5 at the minute, and I have 56 generated. You can run out of power, and it essentially just shuts down your base in the meantime until you can kind of build more. And you can also unlock like different types of generators via the research, which we'll get to later on. And just saying, like I've now got this, like these are obviously, you start with the least efficient ones, and then you kind of go up from there. So let's build these in. Let's just try and squeeze as many as I can. No, I gotta block off that bit of the room, which is bad. Alright, that'll do for now. So your minions just kind of get to it. Anything they need to get, so like the doors or the pallets or the generators, they'll need to go back to the helipad here to be like, oh shit, I need to go pick it up. Which kind of then, like, that's why, like, say, that other map where the helipad's in the middle makes it maybe a bit easier at times, because, like, you'll get stuff built faster.
And can you, like, obviously the helipad's in a fixed position, but can you build more walkways and stuff to it, or is it just that door there?
It's that door, but you will also get 2 bits where, like, you'll get research where, like, they don't need to go to the helipad anymore to grab new items.
Are almost full.
So then, like, your helipad then becomes more, you'll send out minions from there to go do tasks. So the other thing my minions will need is a place to sleep, Hans, because I may be an evil genius, but I'm not a dictator. So
yes, the Union will have something to say about that.
Yeah, exactly. So I need to build a bed. So bed helps them get the morale back, and then the number of lockers you have is kind of what dictates how many minions you can actually have in total. So you'll see the lockers here. Let's just fire there we go. Fire a couple of lockers in. Yeah, so this will affect the number of minions you can have in total, kind of based on the number of lockers you have that they can store their shit in. And again, there's research there that means, your lockers are more efficient. So, like, they have, like, different cubby holes inside them. Look at all my gold!
That was very quickly brought in.
It's in my pockets.
That's
still building that corridor. Good job, guys.
Nick.
What?
Is there a mod that can turn the minions into the minions from...
No, but if they don't do a crossover DLC, I'll be very disappointed.
I mean, like, it's right there.
Yeah, it's right there. So the other thing my minions need is a place to eat, Hans. Because, again, I may be an evil genius, but I'm not evil.
I'm not an evil genius, it's just a title.
Yeah, It's just a fun thing I call myself. Oh, a sushi bar. Oh, I have way more here than that. Oh, I can just have different types, but they all do the same thing.
Different types of sushi bar.
Oh, they're preferred by different minions. Okay, that's cool. Let's just go for a basic counter. I didn't make this room even, and it's gonna bug me. Oh no. So this is the thing that this game really triggers me at times, of just like everything needs to be set up like evenly or like as symmetrically as possible within rooms, or I get real annoyed.
So does a minion man that, or do you have to actually buy a
so a minion will man that. There are certain things that specific minion types. So if you go in here, when I eventually lock training, you can have these different types of minions. To say like, oh, you can have guards, you'll have valets who kind of man your front,
casino,
and then you have like people for researching and things like that. So they will have different tasks, but they are pretty much isolated into certain rooms that are fairly obvious.
So the casino front, how much, like obviously you said that is your money maker, how much of management comes with that bit? Like
very little. Like in here in this build room, I do have my front section, where like I can add more shit and things like that, and your front also acts as a way to distract enemy spies if they come in. So like your valets can be like, oh, here, come play roulette, come play slots, and like it'll stop them ever actually getting into your base and things like that. But other than that, like your front is just kind of runs itself almost. So they're building that. What else? Let's turn off 2 times speed.
Oh, they're bunk beds, Nick.
Yeah, bunk buddies. Woo.
Can you go in there and just wake them the fuck up?
The other thing I like to do, just to really like showcase how evil I am, Hans, is just fill their rooms with like random shit in the worst places. Because I'm a dick like that. It's just
but you're made dicks to your minions.
Yeah, but they chose this life of crime. Let's be honest.
So I looked at their CV. They weren't good enough. This is what they get.
So I'll build my inner sanctum too. So your inner sanctum is kind of where your evil genius goes to kind of do stuff. Actually, they didn't really explain really massively pretty well what that does.
Nick, that's not symmetric. That's going to piss you off again. Alright, okay.
So
but the walls, the door aren't.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That'll survive.
This is going to be me triggering you the entire time.
Nah, it's symmetrical in the way
Not enough gold to complete this construction.
So you'll see. Yeah, I just got that's what I don't need that yet. That's just going.
Look, how do you not have enough gold? Look at it all there.
So yeah, this is your money here. So you can see, like I'm like the 150 is just me. Like, oh, this is what my minions need. The biggest way then to make gold in this is this room, which is your control room. So I mentioned before the like global operations. So let's put this room out and get this in here. And let's just make this as...
Can they get to that down the middle? Okay.
Yeah. So the game's actually pretty good. So like if I quickly just jump into... Let's build another power station just to show it off. Like, the game's very good about being like, oh, you've built this in such a way that... I need to move that. Yeah, so like it'll highlight, like, minions cannot get to this. This is essentially wasted space. So my minions will go and start... Oh, did I pause? That's why. So they'll start building that out, and then this command room will essentially be the bit that lets you start expanding your empire on a global scale to start doing, like, schemes. And honestly, it's the bit that I kind of hate the most about this game, because I think they're cool and like it's a kind of like an idle thing. You're just kind of sending people off to do stuff. Yeah. But it's also just the information is not presented very well in that screen, and I think it's kind of annoying to use at times. Like, this is how it all starts, and like it does start very like similar to a theme hospital or something like that. It starts very slow and like you're just building everything up to begin with. But to show you then how it actually gets to, I will load up my career game, I believe they call it, because Sanctum obviously just kind of repeats the loop over and over again of like, oh, get money, spies invade, fend them off, lather, rinse, repeat. Yep. The career mode is actually like there is quests and stuff for you to be at, and like there is very, very slight story stuff. Like it's, oh god, let's turn off.
Wow, your guys are tired.
Yep. So this is my career as a Red Ivan. You can see I have my base going. I have had to banjack some rooms to get them to fit her.
Oh my god.
My favorite is this power generator room, which goes up, widens out, and then narrows up here.
What the fuck?
Look, Hans. This is the truly evilest design of a base.
Oh, so I just realized your control or your inner sanctum, they're designed
they're
differently.
themed. Yeah, they're
that's actually
themed
pretty
for-
cool.
Yeah, and I also have my pet bear here. He
Wait.
died, so I got him stuffed.
That is dark as fuck.
Yeah.
I also love how Ivan's like command table is just risk.
Yep. So yeah, this is where I'm at currently with my career game. You can see that within this, I actually have objectives to go and do. So I have a side story here that I've committed to, and there's other ones you can kind of say. So I can get a new crime lord, or I can get just a big shit ton of money. And then you also have your main objective, which is actually like kind of a progressing story by the sounds of it. Like I'm kind of getting this hammer weapon that they want me to get. So you can see I have, that's the wrong button, I have Ivan here. Let's go to Ivan, who's chilling in here with his researchers, making sure they're doing their jobs.
So is there a bonus to having him kind of be there? Like, does he...
So he has this ability, like this do it now ability, and I think
Right.
they all have a similar ability, where any or minions nearby, once I activate it, will kind of do their job at an increased pace.
Right, okay.
But then this costs morale, which is essentially Ivan's mana, so to speak.
Oh, okay.
And then in progressing story, you can also unlock henchmen. So these are just kind of special minions who will like have certain abilities in combat and things.
So pretty much they are kind of similar to the
Yeah.
mastermind.
But I think if your mastermind dies, you're kind of forced to reload a save. If he dies, then I think it's
It is
just
what it is.
you lose him.
So is that what the other guy was? The side quest you're working towards?
Yeah, so the different side quests would be like, oh, you can... So I think I'm working on it at the minute, but yeah, one of the side quests is, oh, I can get this roboticist guy or this gambler guy.
And then, so anything that's a crime lord is classified as a henchman.
Yeah, like a henchman rather than your evil
minion.
genius.
Yeah, okay.
So the other side...
Oh, so much gold then!
yeah, I even have better ways of storing it. More
Stacks.
efficient ways of storing.
Fat ass stacks.
Yep. So the research tree then, which is kind of what your scientist minions over here kind of work on, is kind of where you unlock like stuff like this, where I have a new way of storing gold, like a more efficient way of storing gold, where it's just a skill tree, like so. You can know better doors that are better against different types of like enemy spies, or just like, oh, your worker minions have more smarts, so they like don't need to go to bed as often. And that you just kind of sit and pluck away at that, and then that's what these scientist minions kind of do. They use these things to increase your research. So then, as I mentioned before, then this global operation screen is kind of almost the bane of my existence.
Okay.
You'll go through and you'll see down here. So I have this broadcast strength, which is for each one of these I have, it increases my broadcast strength, which lets me unlock new regions on here.
Yeah.
And lets me set up just like an outpost. Or a criminal network, sorry, as they call it. Essentially, these are just idle quests, so like every time I know one of these is done, I come in here, I tell, alright, go start this next one. And these will either cost gold to reduce your heat, which is this bar here, or you can send out minions to go do them. Which then obviously, yeah, you'll lose the minions from the base, but then you just kind of recruit more minions, so it's extra steps to get to a gold cost, essentially.
Right.
My biggest issue with this is I wish there was just a better way of managing it all, because if I'm looking here, like, I'll get this prompt say, oh, 3, and like, I know there's 3 regions that are essentially doing nothing right now. There's no easy way for me to tell what the fuck regions it is.
Is that not the bar at the bottom, no?
The signal? No, this bar here is the heat. So if that reaches maximum, it means the region has to shut down for a bit. This bar is just like the level that this network, because I can level these up to say like, and then it means they'll complete jobs faster. But if I'm just here on this screen, like, it's very hard for me to tell
what's complete.
Like, yeah, what's waiting for an action. And I think it's my biggest complaint, like just the management of this screen in general.
Go back down.
So like,
what about that one that's beeping more than the others? Bottom left.
Maybe.
Click it.
But I'm not sure if that's maybe beeping more because its heat is so high.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
there is no
possible.
scheme running there, you're right. But again, like, that's not, like, just give me a way to say, like, oh, click a region here to say this one needs attention.
Like, have a drop down menu that has a list of all of them.
Yeah, it's just like, this screen in general, I think, is there's more you could do to it to make it more interesting. Just, alright, I come in here, I click, oh, I want money in this region, away I go.
A trap has been triggered.
Oh shit. Oh god. That's fine for now. A trap's been triggered. Doesn't mean there's enemies in my base hands. Get him! Kill him! Kill him too!
A couple of them.
Your minions are in combat.
Like, they'll just kind of fight, and then I can be like, oh, Ivan, what you doing? Get your rocket launcher and murder some fools!
Hold on. That is... So, you don't even get, like... Wow, okay, I know they're minions, but wow, they are incompetent.
Where's Ivan? Ivan, I told you to get your rocket launcher. Where the fuck are you? Ivan!
Wow, so
I'm hiding!
the AI is not great, huh? Or the pathfinding's not great.
You get there.
Look at how many dead minions you have!
Yeah.
This is just two. Oh,
There we go. There's
the muscle.
my brutes. Ivan, hurry up. Where are you?
I'm coming, honestly.
You fucking missed it, Ivan. So yeah, they'll go and incinerate those bodies.
Yeah, they are.
So yeah, they'll suck them up and go
Consider it your
them.
dead friends.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things then, like, so you notice that when I clicked on them, it was like, oh, I could kill them, I could subdue them, which kind of gets them to go here, or I could capture them.
Yeah.
Capture them, put them in here, and then I can interrogate them for intel. The game has yet to explain to me what the fuck I use intel for.
Right, okay.
So I'm just gathering it. I'm nearly at capacity, but I don't know what I'm using it for. It's a bit weird. But other than that, so it's just... So yeah, that keeps going up. So you'll see I have heat tracker here. So like as my regions here kind of hit heat capacity, this will go up, and like if this reaches certain milestones, like more powerful minions will come in, and like you'll see like, oh, you'll just start with like investigators, and then you'll have actual like spies and stuff are coming
So
in.
that's what I was want to say. Like, so they were just two randos. Like,
Yeah.
like what triggers? So like you're at no threat at the minute, so they just randomly come.
So yeah, like you'll typically get a notification to say like, oh, passengers are arriving,
Right. Okay.
and a ship will pull up, and you'll see people come off, and there may be people in, like, you'll just kind of look over here and say, oh, there's actually investigators and stuff in there that I need to, or yeah, and then you'll also see, because obviously one of my regions is now hit heat capacity,
Right.
I'm actually getting like a non-random one, like they're actually sending investigators because they suspect something is up here.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. So they were just investigators. Like, did the
Yeah.
spy? I said the spies actually look like James Bond-esque
Yeah.
guys with tuxes and stuff.
Do you like all my lava lamps?
Why?
Because Hans,
Why?
I'm evil. This is what I
Are
do.
lava lamps evil?
Lava lamps are very
Oh,
evil.
okay. Did not know.
They are very inefficient for the environment. So yeah, this I was saying before. Like, I just wish this screen was better. Like, I wish there was more to do for one, and I just wish it was better. Like, the information on the screen was better presented. Because I would love to just be able to sit this zoomed out naturally, and then it'd say, all right, this region needs attention. This region needs attention. This region, oh, its heat is high. Maybe you want to trigger off one of the other things rather than just keep building up cash.
Have you actually faced a proper, like, special agent?
Yeah, so I did as part of the story missions, and it's just so you see here, like, oh, like I have traps here, like my doors are harder to get through because like this is like a reinforced door, so they're better against certain types, but then weaker against other types.
Okay. So what's you said you did as a story mission? What is like
The overarching story.
Yeah, like is there one?
So yeah, you kind of start and it's like, oh, here's how you build up your base, and then it kind of starts teasing this idea of like a thing called like the hammer or something like that. I can't remember. And just like this like mega weapon almost that it wants you to kind of get, and then that's kind of where I am at the minute. Like I think it's just gonna send me through like a couple of like main quests to go and get like the tide me over, and then I'll probably go get this mega weapon, whatever it is, and then it'll probably say that's the end. You continue on building your base as you want.
So that's the thing is like, because you're the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
If you win at the end, you've destroyed the world. So how are they going to have a evil genius 3? Like that's what I kind of don't get. I assume is the story just told to you via those screens? Like there's no cutscenes or anything.
It is like very. They're just like cuts to like, oh, here's a hallway background, and here's your evil genius, and here's a minion he's talking to. It is very, very minimal.
I know, like, obviously in these sort of games,
That's not what I meant there.
I know in these sort of games that's kind of, that would be it.
Like, yeah, you're not
so-
really expecting much, to be honest. Like, people are not playing this for a fucking deep and involved story, and if they
Yeah.
are, then
This is not
they're idiots, to be perfectly honest.
So, do you have anything else you want to show us before we cut the head?
Not really, no. Like, I just want to say, like, this is the research tree. Like, you'll see, like, oh, you can start unlocking, like, multiple floors in your base, so you can make it bigger and things
You
like that.
unlock stairs. Well done.
And you see, where is the other one? Like that I kind of mentioned earlier. Yeah, so like, oh, this fabricates items for collection, so minions don't need to go to the helipad. They actually start, like, if you buy an item, they don't need to run off the helipad to go get it.
Yeah.
And things like that. So, and then world domination stuff is like, these are ones to do with stories. So
Right. Okay. Right. While Nick goes drunk on bar,
Search has begun.
we'll cut ahead to Nick's thoughts and opinions on Evil Genius 2. Nick, if I was on the fence about Evil Genius 2 World Domination, what would you say to me?
I think this is a very cool management game. I think it's a unique concept. Like it's always fun to play, like, see games where you like kind of play as the villain. I just think there's a lot of small issues with it that kind of almost completely, like, none of them by themselves are massive deal breakers. They're just, when they start adding up quite a lot, it's just almost annoying at a time. Like, the world domination's going to think just in general could be overhauled to be a lot better. The ideas of, like, investigators and stuff coming to attack you, I wish it was maybe a bit more apparent, a bit more engaging, rather than just, right, well, how do you want your people to deal with them? But other than that, like, I think it nails the style and the tone. I think there are better management games out there. Like, if I was to point someone at a game like this and say this is probably the best one, I'd probably point them at something like 2 Point Hospital. But after all these years, yeah, I'm sure people are really hyped for an Evil Genius 2. I think it's probably living up to what people wanted out of it. I just think there are also ways it could be a lot better at the minute. And I hope the game does get there, because I think there's a lot of neat ideas in here.
Those are... Why did I go so low for that?
Those are...
Hey, baby, those are Nick's thoughts and opinions on Barry White. Yeah. Those are Nick's thoughts and opinions on Evil Genius 2. Only available on the PC, ranging from £35 to £55 if you want to get the special edition, which comes with your own swiveling chair and cat to pet. I don't know if that's true or not.
I mean, I think there's a season pass edition.
Well, there's that, but there is 100% a special edition with £55.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much for joining me, Nick.
No problem.